wiki.ezvid.com. Search EZVid Wiki before you decide.
EZVid Wiki presents ridiculous wars you've probably never heard of. Let's get started with the list. Coming in at number 10, it's the War of the Stray Dog, which saw Greece invade Bulgaria in 1925 after a Greek soldier was shot for following his dog across the border. The war lasted 10 days, the League of Nations arbitrated its end, and it mainly caused civilian casualties. Now for number 9. The 335-year war sounds more impressive than it was. During the protracted conflict between the Dutch and the Isles of Scilly, no bloodshed occurred. It was a minor offshoot of the British Civil War. The war declaration itself may have been unofficial, and all sides quickly forgot that war had even been declared. At number 8, it's the Football War, which was a brief conflict between El Salvador and Honduras. It took place in 1969 after rioting sparked by Honduras' losing a soccer match. It was also known as the Soccer War. It lasted less than 100 hours, and it remains technically unresolved. To see all this stuff, go to wiki.ezvid.com and search for ridiculous wars you've probably never heard of, or click beneath this video. At number 7, it's the Great Emu War, which pitted Australia's army against thousands of large, flightless birds. Emus had overrun much of Western Australia. The solution was machine guns. The Lewis machine gun was a weapon of choice. Australia is actually considered to have lost, and just so you know, emus can run at more than 30 miles per hour. Now for number 6. The Lijar French War pitted a sleepy Spanish town against France for over a century. Why? Because in 1883, the French were apparently rude to Spain's king. The town declared war but sent no troops, the French were unaware of any conflict, and there is no official peace treaty to this day. Our number 5 selection, the Anglo-Zanzibar War, is considered history's shortest war. At about 9 a.m. on August 27, 1896, Britain and Zanzibar started battling. Zanzibar capitulated around 9:45. The war was caused by a minor treaty violation. Only one Briton was injured, but the Sultan's palace was destroyed. Coming in at number 4, it's 1325's War of the Oaken Bucket, which saw Italian city-states Bologna and Modena battle one another after a soldier's theft of a wooden bucket. The war consisted of a single battle, but there were more than 2,000 casualties. The bucket remains in Modena to this day. Now for number 3. 1859's so-called Pig War was a tense but bloodless conflict between America and Britain, sparked by a farmer shooting a pig that ate his crops. The actual cause of tension was a land dispute. The Brits massed more than 2,000 soldiers, but the conflict was settled by arbitration many years later. To see all this stuff, go to wiki.ezvid.com and search for ridiculous wars you've probably never heard of, or click beneath this video. Now for number 2. In the mid-1860s, Paraguay decided to attack Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay, and in the ensuing Paraguayan War, nearly wiped itself off the map. The conflict led to nearly 400,000 deaths, 2/3 of Paraguayan males were killed, and Paraguay lost territory on plural fronts. Now for number 1. Simmering territorial tensions between the Spanish and the British empires boiled over in the War of Jenkins' Ear, after a Spaniard cut off a Brit's ear. The ear was cut off in 1731, but no actual fighting occurred until 1740. It was largely ship-to-ship combat, led by the rallying cry, "Remember Jenkins' Ear." To see all this stuff, go to wiki.ezvid.com and search for ridiculous wars you've probably never heard of, or click beneath this video.